Viktor Gyokeres forces Arsenal into panic overhaul after Man United and Liverpool collapse. Welcome to Football Focus. Hope you're all having a great day. Before we kick off, if you love football, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive in. Arsenal were prepared to wait. They were prepared to enter the new season with patience, strategy, and a well-paced summer window. But Viktor Gyokeres changed everything. The former Sporting CP striker didn't just arrive, he detonated a footballing bomb in the heart of Arsenal's preseason strategy. And in the aftermath, Arsenal's recruitment, tactical preparation, and attacking identity have all shifted immediately and decisively. The North London club, still processing the haunting echoes of narrowly missing out on the Premier League title last season, knew that this window was about precision, about getting it right, about building a team not just to chase, but to dominate. Yet, their initial moves were conservative. There were flirtations with Manchester United targets, brief considerations over Liverpool's striker shortlist, and even meetings over potential alternatives like Joshua Zirkzee, Rasmus Højlund, and Brian Brobby. But for each of these options, either timing, money, or ambition proved a stumbling block. Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar had mapped out a sequence of transfer options with a tiered plan. The top-shelf names included Viktor Gyokeres, Alexander Isak, and Benjamin Šeško. Arsenal made exploratory moves for each, but it was Gyokeres who both met the price and showed overwhelming desire to move to the Emirates. The urgency with which the Swedish international responded shocked even Arsenal's internal team. Sources close to the club confirmed that Arteta had originally earmarked the center-forward signing for mid-August, after at least one of their major rivals moved in the striker market. But Gyokeres' insistence, coupled with his stunning statistical output in Portugal, forced Arsenal's hand. The Gunners had to shift their plans forward by a month, accelerating contract discussions, unveiling videos, medicals, and ultimately integration into the first-team environment during their US preseason tour. This was not how Arsenal usually operate. Edu prefers to secure deals slowly, quietly, away from the glare of public leaks and tabloid hysteria. But Gyokeres' impact internally couldn't be ignored. His video scouting presentation was described as unanswerable by one analyst inside London Colney. He matched the aggressive verticality that Arteta demands. His off-ball work ethic eclipsed even Gabriel Jesus. His penalty box instincts were likened to early-era Karim Benzema. One of the clearest signs of Gyokeres' impact came when Arsenal abruptly ended discussions over a potential move from Manchester United-linked Joshua Zirkzee. Zirkzee, whose technical profile is admired, was viewed as a fallback option had Gyokeres stalled or had Sporting increased their asking price. But once Edu and Arteta met with Gyokeres' entourage in Marbella at the end of June, all other striker plans were scrapped. Liverpool had previously shortlisted Gyokeres, but were deterred by Sporting's firm €100 million valuation. Arsenal, empowered by commercial growth and the Kroenke family's financial backing, paid close to that figure without delay. Internally, the club viewed this as the moment to strike. The Premier League's chaotic striker market was about to explode, and the Gunners wanted to avoid a summer of chaos. This decision sent a ripple through the rest of Arsenal's window. For one, it accelerated the departure plans of Eddie Nketiah. The academy graduate, once thought to be part of Arsenal's rotation plans, is now being offered to Crystal Palace, Brentford, and even League On clubs. Nketiah himself is said to be shocked by the pace of change. Just months ago, he was scoring in the Premier League and earning praise from Arteta. Now, Gyokeres has made him surplus to requirements almost overnight. Folarin Balogun's £35 million departure to Monaco last summer had already signaled a shift in Arsenal's forward thinking, but Gyokeres is the real transformation point. He's not just a goalscorer, he's a statement. Then came the tactical evolution. Arsenal had spent much of last season alternating between a false nine approach and a pressing forward system. Jesus, Havertz, and occasionally even Trossard all took turns leading the line. But with Gyokeres, Arteta now has a rare breed, a physical, technical, and positionally disciplined number 9 who can lead a high press and still finish ruthlessly inside the area. His training sessions at Arsenal's Los Angeles base reportedly stunned coaching staff. Declan Rice, who captained the team during their match against Barcelona, was heard telling teammates, "He's a monster. "We're going to terrorize defenses with him." Defensive drills were altered during that same week. Arsenal's backline, which include William Saliba, Jurrien Timber, and Ben White, were repeatedly exposed in internal games by Gyokeres' channel runs and counter-movement. The coaches saw this and immediately began tweaking pressing triggers in training. This wasn't just a new striker being added, it was a full-blown tactical reset. Internally, that urgency spurred other departments into action. Arsenal's commercial team, having seen a spike in shirt sales following Gyokeres' arrival, ramped up launch plans for the third kit, moving it forward to coincide with his full home debut. It's already among the club's best-selling preseason kits of the past decade. But perhaps the biggest shift has come in perception. For too long, Arsenal have been seen as a project club, exciting, progressive, but ultimately chasing the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool. Now, with the signing of Viktor Gyokeres, Arsenal are asserting themselves as a final destination, not a stepping stone, not a rebuild, but a finished product that now has the firepower to win it all. United fans were stunned when reports emerged that Erik ten Hag had once viewed Gyokeres as a natural foil to Rasmus Højlund. Liverpool supporters expressed frustration that the club didn't press harder, particularly after letting Darwin Núñez struggle through another inconsistent season. Chelsea's camp were never seriously involved and now work directionless after missing out on multiple forward targets. But while rivals hesitated, Arsenal moved, swiftly, decisively. Mikel Arteta's statement in his first press conference after Gyokeres was unveiled was telling. "We didn't just sign a striker, we signed a mentality." Behind the scenes, there are whispers that even more tactical changes are coming. Arteta is preparing a new 3-1-4-2 variation that pairs Gyokeres with either Kai Havertz or Eberechi Eze if Arsenal can finalize that deal with Crystal Palace. The idea is to maximize Gyokeres' hold-up play and allow more vertical passes from Odegaard and Rice. Gyokeres' arrival also affects the pecking order in the dressing room. Insiders say he's already built a strong bond with Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard, forming a WhatsApp group jokingly labeled GOAT Front 3. But it's no joke to the opposition. Arsenal's analysts believe Gyokeres could reach 25 Premier League goals this season if he stays injury-free. They've already noticed increased focus from opposing analysts during friendly matches, with Barcelona and Bayern Munich scouts seen taking notes during his appearances. But Arteta remains grounded. He sees Gyokeres as both weapon and challenge. The Swede must now maintain the form that earned him this opportunity. And if his first weeks at Arsenal are anything to go by, he's not just going to maintain it, he's going to redefine the way Arsenal attack. As for the fans, there's a new chant already echoing around Emirates Stadium. From Lisbon to London, he came with fire. Gyokeres the gunner, striker we admire. Arsenal may have once waited for stars to rise, but now, with Viktor Gyokeres in red and white, they've become the ones who light the spark. And everyone else in the Premier League just felt the heat.